Hey Bookworms! We are going to do our first weekly whimsy of our new box. I hope you guys are excited with everything that you've discovered from opening your box. This one was really fun to put together. I think it's a perfect one for the spring season. And I thought that the key would be a fun one to get started with since it sort of just represents so much of the story. So we're going to go ahead. I've got it very lightly traced on. I did my, my regular transfer that I do. And I I put some of the vines and things on, but I want to do the rest of it just with a pencil. And sort of freehand a lot of these. So that's up to you if you want to do it. And I just want it very loose as far as the leaves and things go. And if you look closely at the, clip art here, it has a lot of lines and things. It's not you can't really see the key. It's sort of so engulfed by all the vines and the leaves and stuff that it's almost like it's growing itself. So if you especially this part, if you look at the transfer, it's almost like woody looking. It's got almost like wood grain into it there, and so I want to just sort of freehand a lot of this because I want it to be more more loose and more, I guess, whimsical looking. And I thought it would be easier to get that look on here freehand. So it's up to you if you want to do that. But I am going to just put a lot of my leaves and things on here by hand. Okay. Almost like my pencil is too sharp. I just sharpened it and it's I have to lighten up my pressure a little bit. It's too much. So I'm going to go back in here in a second and erase some of these extra lines so that it looks a little cleaner before I get going on my painting and things. Rotate this a little bit. All right. Okay, I think that's pretty good for what I want to do now. And then I'm going to clean up. I'm going to grab my kneading eraser so that I can hopefully get it into a smaller point here. And so that way I can clean up some of these lines a little better. I like the way that looks though. All right, so I want to erase this right in there. Pick up some of this pencil so it's not quite so dark. All right. I think I'm going to go with that, and then we'll see how it goes after that. Okay, so what my idea was, I think I'm going to grab my watercolor and do a wash. And I'm going to do a blue. I'm going to try to do, whoops, I don't have my, hold on. I don't have a paper towel, sorry. Okay, so I want to do like a blue wash to go along with our blue theme of the book. the blue and green. Okay, and then I'm going to blot some of this. There we go. So it's a really light blue. I like that. All right, so from there, I'm gonna grab my glass dip pen. And then you all saw, I finally found a few ink colors that I wanted to throw in. So everybody got a surprise ink color like they did with their ink pen. So I've got, I don't even actually know, they all look, it's hard to tell what color they are until you dip them. So I've got, it looks like a red here. I thought this would be a fun one to try these on because there's so much detail. When I played with it earlier, these did really well. Now, did not do it. Hold on. Before I get going with this, let me dry this because I do not want that to, you can see it bled a little bit. I'm not upset about it, but I do want it to be a little bit more defined. Okay. Now I haven't tried to see if this ink blends with water or not, so we will see. It might. But when I played with it just a tiny bit the other day, these inks, I feel like they flowed pretty well out of our dip pen. So I was pretty happy with it. It's much nicer than just using the water. The watercolor's fine because you get, or fun, there we go, because you get to have so many options for colors based on what your palette's like. But just being able to dip this in and go is really fun. I apologize. My original plan when I sent you guys these was to find an ink, and I just was not finding color, like the fun colors that I was looking for, or the price point I was looking for, one or the other, because some inks are super costly. So my plan originally with this whole Artist Apothecary thing did not work out like I was expecting. So I know you guys are excited about this pen, but I definitely had bigger plans for it. But I'm glad I found this at least. We've got a little bit of something to play with. And of course, I mean, you can always go to your local hobby store and find some more inks and stuff. Better quality for sure too. Like there's some really nice ones, but to keep it cost effective and shipping effective for our subscriptions, I was not finding what I was expecting originally when I first had this plan. But look how, I'm pretty happy with these inks. I think it's fun. So at least you get to play with them a little bit more and see if it's something, and they're nice and vibrant. So you guys are going to see how I experiment here. This is definitely going to be a lot more fun with the dip ink, with our, if you wanted to use those quotes for the extras that go in our Weekly Whimsies. It's looking cool with the blue background. Move my palette out of the way here. Am I still in the video? Yeah, okay. Let me pull it down just a little bit. I like to move it around too much and then You guys can't see it. Add some more leaves here and there. Let me kick my doggy out so I can finish this video. Hold on just a second. Oh, Huckleberry. Husband just drove up. It's early today. All right. So if you hear him yelling when he comes in, he likes to yell and tease at the kids and play with them. I didn't know he's coming home early, so I must have came home to enjoy it. We actually have really nice weather here today. All right. So you can see all the cool detail there. Pretty happy with that. I think that looks really neat. Look how vibrant that color is. All right, I'm gonna rinse my pen off, and then I have one other color I want to play with on here. All right, and then let's see what this color ends up being. Looks like it might be a purple. I'm not sure. Oh no, it's like a pink. So let's see what that does with this. I don't know if that, like a fuchsia. Ooh, okay. Hopefully I did a better job giving you guys yours than I did mine, because the red and the fuchsia together, they work, but it'd be more fun to have a little more contrast, I think. I'm going to do the fuchsia with the vines to make those a little more stand out a little more. I do like that though, it looks cool. And then go over some of the leaves. Husband was quiet when he came in. Doesn't sound like he's playing with the kids yet. They always love when he comes home and rough houses with them. Alright. I will say I do really like this ink. It's very pretty. Okay, so then the next question I'm going to see, hopefully this works. I'm going to dry this out and then use a little bit more watercolor. Let's see if this will work. I wanted to do a little bit of green in the leaves. I don't know if this is a water-based ink though, so let's see. It'll tell us if it bleeds on us. So far, so good. This will be a neat one to see everybody's ink colors, like the different colors that they have that came with their kits. So I look forward to seeing what everybody's looks like. That's pretty. Actually, I really like the red and the green. Okay, do I want to, I'm gonna rinse my brush and then I'm going to add a little bit. I have some metallics in mine. I'm going to add a little bit of the gold onto the key here. And then I think I'm going to be done. Ooh, interesting. It does bleed a little. I think. Or it's just changing. I don't know. It's like making it. No, I think it's just going over top of it. That looks cool. Very neat. Well, I definitely like the colors of this. I think this is really cool looking. I'm really happy with the ink. I'm glad it turned out good because I definitely was upset with not being able to find what I was looking for. But I think that looks very cool. And then one other thing I think I want to do, I'm going to wet down my blue really well. Let's see if I can get some splatters. Ooh, yes, that really added a lot. Cool. All right, I think that's really pretty. Let me pull this up so you guys can see. Hope you can see. Look how pretty. And the ink color was really vibrant. That looks, I'm like really happy with that. All right, well, that was a fun first one and everything worked out the way I was hoping. So that's exciting. I look forward to seeing your guys's and the different colors of ink that you have. Hopefully you can do something sort of similar. Just do a wash and then just sort of go with whatever works, like as far as your colors go. I think a lot of like, hopefully everyone has like a good contrast of color, but it'll be really neat to see on this like viney detail and it'll sort of get you the feel of how the glass pen works. So All right, guys. I hope you're excited to start our secret garden book, and I'm excited to see all of your new weekly whimsies, and yeah, it'll be fun. Have a good spring, good start to your spring, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.